We've put men on the moon, created artificial intelligence, and even edited human DNA. Yet after decades of research and billions of dollars, we still haven't cured cancer. Why is this disease so much harder to beat than we imagined? The truth is more complicated and more hopeful than you might think. First, we need to understand that cancer isn't one single disease. It's actually hundreds of different diseases, each with its own unique characteristics. A tumor in your lung behaves completely differently than one in your breast or blood. Even two people with the same type of cancer can have tumors that respond differently to treatment. This means there will never be a single cure for cancer. We'll need hundreds of different solutions. All cancer is also constantly evolving. When we attack it with drugs or radiation, the surviving cancer cells mutate and become resistant. It's like trying to fight a shape-shifting enemy that learns from every battle. This is why treatments that work at first often stop being effective over time. Developing cancer treatments takes much longer than people realize. Unlike antibiotics that can be tested quickly, cancer drugs need years of careful testing to make sure they're both effective and safe enough for patients whose bodies are already weakened. One wrong move could do more harm than good. There's also the uncomfortable truth about how cancer treatment works as a business. Developing a drug that cures cancer completely would be amazing, but most companies focus on treatments that manage the disease long-term because they're less risky to develop and more profitable. This doesn't mean there's some conspiracy hiding a cure, just that the system isn't perfectly set up for finding one. But here's the good news. We're making real progress. New technologies like mRNA vaccines, similar to COVID vaccines, are being tested against cancer. CRISPR gene editing lets us precisely target cancer cells. Artificial intelligence is helping discover new drug combinations in months instead of years. Immunotherapy is training our own immune systems to fight cancer more effectively. We may never have a single magic bullet that cures all cancer. But what we're moving toward is turning cancer from a death sentence into a manageable condition, something people can live with, like diabetes or HIV, and that would still be one of medicine's greatest achievements. So, will we see a world without cancer in our lifetime? Maybe not completely, but thanks to these breakthroughs, we're getting closer to making cancer something we can control rather than fear. The fight continues, but for the first time in human history, we're starting to have the right weapons for the battle. What do you think? Will we ever completely cure cancer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more honest looks at science's biggest questions.